Hello there, this is Victor Santana at StockHunters.com for Sunday, October 2nd. Let's see what has happened last Friday. Looking at the daily chart going back 3 months, and we're looking at the TMW ETF, which is the total U.S. markets. And as we discussed the last time, we were under this trend line here, on the dotted line. We broke down, and today is the second day underneath, lower than Thursday's close. So this pretty much confirms that we will continue to head lower sooner or later, possibly touching down where I'm at 82.90. We could probably see that tomorrow, and then have a bounce on Tuesday, or we could be flat tomorrow, or tomorrow Monday, and then break down lower, or we could be up tomorrow and then down on Tuesday. Usually Tuesdays are the opposite of whatever Monday's action is. So, but right now it just depends on how much of a drop we'll get overnight of these people. If they're all panicking, they're going to be wanting to get out, and we'll still get a flush further down. Now, looking at the RSI, you can see we are approaching almost below the 30 line here. We're at 28. So once it becomes into this area here, we then get triggered to be ready to go the opposite direction, which will be up. So we may get that tomorrow, and we'll just exit our shorts and be prepared to look for the little bounce up, possibly up in this area here, or a little lower here. We may not probably get much of a bounce. Looking at the MACD, still under the 0 line here, which is this center line. And the histograms, the little bars, are still negative or virtually flat. So things don't look too good. Let's go ahead and break these down to the individual indices. We're going to go start with the Dow. You can see the Dow 30, we're still under the 100, and all these trend lines, and this other trend line here, we broke down and we confirmed and got the bounce up back to this trend line, trying to break through, but we broke back down here. So it looks like we're going to start developing a channel going on the downside. So we'll probably know for sure by this week if we do continue this farther low here. Then this will be the channel that we'll be looking at. And actually, let's just go ahead and put our channel. It looks like we're forming a channel going this way for now. Get this other one here. So here we are. Here's your channel. A target price could be down in this area here, and then we may be then getting the Christmas rally after that. But let's take it one day at a time and let the market tell us what it wants to do, rather than give our opinions here. Again, looking at the Dow, at the other charts, RSI never made it up to the overbought area because the market's downward. Just not enough energy. Now it's coming down. We're looking for it to hit down to the 30 range, and it looked like it's the 20 here. We have it on the 30, yeah. So it's at 38, so we want it to go down to 30 before considering a bounce. So to get it down here, we do have to get a pretty good sizable move if we are completing this channel here. MACD is under the 0 line, and now we could see we have a red bar here, so that is not good as well. Now let's look at the S&P, and it is not switching. Here we go. S&P, just a little lag. Okay, S&P. We were talking about this little possible triangle formation. It was going to indicate which way the market was going to go, and we did go down. We are close to the RSI under 30. It's barely touching, so we may get another day flush. MACD down, negative tick here. Now let's go ahead and look at the NASDAQ. Seems like my system's bogging down for whatever reason. Okay, here we are. NASDAQ, we had this channel going up. It broke it down, tried to reverse and capture it, but it failed, and now it's back under the trend line again. So we may be seeing the target down in this area. The difference on this one is the RSI has actually reached the oversold area, and the ticks here. So we are close down to the bounce. We may actually even dip down as far as here if we do continue on Monday down. Okay, so let's just keep an eye on that. The Russells, if it's going to behave. Come on. There we go. Okay, with the Russells, we are broke below this trend line here. We're underneath it. It's not good. We need one more day to confirm if it's going to continue down. So Monday will indicate if it's going to bounce back up or go down. RSI is quickly approaching 30 and below. MACD is under with a negative tick. So we're still looking for another down leg. And then finally, let's go to the globals. If my system can catch up here. Here we go, coming up. Global just tagged up on the top trend line over here, pulled back. RSI is now pointing down. We're looking for a target down in here under 30, and the MACD is rolling over a little bit, and we got the negative tick here. Now we're in negative territory. In my opinion, I think the globals, the way it looks, may be recovering sooner than the US as far as to lead the trend, but we'll see. We got weeks further up to determine this. Now let's go ahead and take a quick look at our plays here, if the system behaves. Okay, AKRX, this one we recommended on this day here, and the last 2 days traded down. We are on the setup. We haven't got the trigger to put in the order. This was more of a deep reversal play. We're going to go ahead and leave this up here just in case, but if we get one more dip and it touches here, then we'll go ahead and move our entries lower accordingly. So keep an eye on that. A new one here is AUY, Yamaha Gold. And this one here we like because we got the setup here. We got the crossover of this moving average with the RSI. We got the positive green bar, and the MACD now is rolling up. So we got a lot of good signals of this wanting to break up higher if it does continue. So we're going to go ahead and consider it at 1405 to get in. Potential target could be up to 1494 here for some resistance, or possibly 1632 on the wild side, but let's just play conservatively and go 1494. Next one, BIDU. This one's a new one here, and as you can see, there's no signals to get in. We are considering it 95.25, And let me just move this up, and there is the buy target here, 95.25. If we do get one more flush, this will be a very good support area for BIDU and to get a bounce. You can see we are way oversold, and RSI looks like it wants to cross over the moving average. MACD is very deep, and we do not have the trigger in, but this is more of a deep pullback play, so we'll keep an eye on that. Next one is Edison. Recommended that one on Thursday. We got triggered in, pulled back a little bit, so we're slightly under, and at 56.95 it closed at 57.01. So actually we could just slightly a little in the money on this one, and have our stops here. Give it a little more time to pull up. This is a utility stock, and utilities are leading the markets, so this could work out to our favor pretty soon. RSI slowly heading up, but we got that reversal here of the RSI. Hopefully we can get it higher. MACD, we got the positive bar, but it decreased. We are still hairline positive, so we'll just have to wait and see. Next one here that we got triggered in, El Paso pipeline. We got triggered in here at this high, but then pulled back and closed at 35.47. So we're just slightly under. We got the RSI had the setup, and then we got the trigger, so this is where we got in on this day. So we'll just wait and see. Potentially we should be able to at least get close to the 70 mark to get out. Potential resistance at 36.26, or even gap fill to fill this little gap here at 36.80. Next one, FCX, Freeport McMoran. This one's also a deep play. We put an order here at 28.80. It is slowly approaching our target, so we may get when we do get that flush, it'll tag here and then could bounce here. So this is a very strong support line here, so we'll keep an eye on that. RSI is oversold, and MACD is kind of below the 0 mark, and the histogram bars is very flat. You can see none, so we'll just wait and see on this one. Another new one is JJC, which is the copper ETF. This one here, we're looking for a deep play. Let me pull price here, way down here. Okay, we can expect it to come down here at this area at 37.15, and RSI is very oversold, and the MACD is way down here, but it's flattening out, and the histogram bars right now is virtually flat. So this will be a good high probability play here down in this area. Another new one is Netflix, NFLX, and this one here at 95.50 is also a very good play for a good pullback. Extremely oversold, and the histograms are kind of slight on the upside with a, now it's just virtually flat, but if it gets that bounce or that pullback get triggered in, we have a good bounce play, at least up to 128 area. Okay, next one, OPTR, pharmaceutical company, and this one here we put an order to get in here at this area. Haven't got triggered in, deeply oversold here. You got the setup, no trigger, and it pulled back, and now we're back at the setup, and this is a bounce play at the bottom. We'll go ahead and continue to keep this up there, and if tomorrow, depending on how the action, we could either lower our entries down to this area here at 15.20, or just simply remove it out of our watch list. SDS, shorting the S&P. This one we're up 5% already. We do have a little bit of more room to run up, considering taking profits. And the MACD is above the zero line. We got a small histogram on Friday, so which is good. So this one's looking good. Next one in here is S&P short leveraged 3 times, and this one we're up 10%. Same story, just like the SDS, and the MACD is pointing upward as well. So those are looking good, favorable. Target range is 2160. And the last one is the inverse of the small caps, leverage 3 times, and this one here we got in at, well, added 2 positions. We got in here, still continue to pull back, so we got back in here, and now it's way above this area, so we're just right. We got one more, maybe 1 or 2 good up moves out of this left on it, and the MACD is still above the zero line. We got a positive tick on Friday, which is the beginning of a potential move back up higher. So we could see that go up to possibly 57 even. So that's a lot of trades, but we're probably at our maximum for now to consider. So we both got long plays and short plays. So we're well positioned, and let's see what the market wants to do. Until next time, keep your eyes on the markets and make sure you put your stops in and keep your emotions out. Thanks.